Officer Courtlin here. I would just like to welcome my good friend and partner for 10 years, Wayne Mowbray. Wayne, make us cops proud. I'm gonna be honest with you all here. The only reason these videos get any views is because you all don't realize that you can just Google these questions. So, thank God you don't know that the internet exists. But since you don't, I am here to answer some myths about cops. And I looked everywhere, looking for the person that could give me the most straightforward answer, and finally I found him. A friend and also partner of James Courtlin before he went to the CIA, my good friend. Well, I'll allow him to introduce himself.
I'm Wayne Mowbray from the Maryland State, retired from the Maryland State Police, 25 years service.
There's this common stereotype about cops that they like to eat donuts. While I'm sure not all of them like to eat donuts, would you say there was a large percentage of them that do?
That is true, to a certain extent. It's probably overblown a little bit, but yeah, cops like their share of donuts. That is true. Yes.
Confirmed. Alright, so is it true that a prisoner is allowed to make one phone call after they've been taken into custody?
You're allowed a phone call, and generally, you know, depending on the circumstances, you may be allowed more than one phone call once you're arrested. You may want to call your attorney, might have to call a family member or something, and there's pretty good latitude with that. So there's no real hard, fast rule on that.
Confirmed. One of my personal favorite movie scenes about cops is when they'll pull someone over and commandeer their vehicle. And I was wondering if they can really do this, or if the person could just refuse and say they didn't want to give the cop the vehicle.
That is true. I've never seen that happen in 25 years, but yes, legally they can do that in an emergency. Yep.
Confirmed. This next one is an important one because when a person goes missing, those first hours can be crucial. So I wanted to ask you, is it true that you have to wait 24 hours before you can declare a person disappeared?
That is not true. That's kind of a myth. If you feel as though the person's missing and it's, you know, unusual circumstances, you can report it right away, and the police should take a missing person report immediately.
Busted! Let's talk about the line that cops are supposedly required to say. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can be used against you in a court of law. Do you really say that?
Yes, that is part of the Miranda warning, which is given only in cases of in detention questioning, questioning. So if a person's not in detention or not detained, yes, that does not have to be, those warnings do not have to be given. But if a person is being detained, if they don't feel like they're free to go and you're questioning them about a crime, yes, they have to be told that, yes.
Confirmed. There's this idea, I'm guessing amongst potheads, that if you ask a cop if they're a cop, they have to tell you. This seems a little suspicious to me, but I wanted to know if there's any truth to it.
No, that is not true. If the cop is in uniform and you ask for their badge number or their identification, they should tell you. But if a person's in plain clothes and you ask them if they're a cop, no. If they're a cop undercover, no, they don't have to tell you.
Busted! It's often said that cops have to meet a quota for the amount of tickets they have to write in a month or maybe a year. And I was wondering if this is true. Do cops pull people over because they want to reach this quota?
The official answer to that is no, there are no quotas. The truth is, yes, there are quotas. People need to get their stops or they're going to be in trouble.
Confirmed.
Well, now I'm going to allow you, Wayne Mowbray, to say anything you like about your profession.
Well, I would just say that most police officers are very good, very honest, and do a great job. There's a few bad apples, just as there are in every profession. And unfortunately, they are the ones that make the whole profession look bad when they're brought to light. But people just need to remember that as a whole, police are good.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.
Aw, he did great, didn't he? And special thanks to all of you police officers out there for keeping our country safe by dodging bullet after bullet and running from explosion after explosion. And don't eat donuts. They're not good for you. Eat healthy things like spinach and broccoli. You see, everyone, in retrospect, you should have just Googled these answers. It would have taken you much less time.